Even those suits, like the Raw and the Delirious, the suits I had on the Raw and Delirious.
You got it.
I don't have that stuff.
Someone does have it.
Well, I don't know what happened to the purple one, but the red suit was destroyed one night. We went to Keenan Ivy Wayne's, an old friend of mine, I know since I was 16. And back then, if you dare him to do anything, he would do it. And one night we were up and getting dressed to go somewhere, and he came up in the closet. He saw that suit, and he put the red leather suit on. And Keenan's like 6'4" with muscles, so the suit was busting off him. And I said, I dare you to go out with that suit on. And we went to Studio 54 and all these clubs. Remember when in Living Color, he used to do a character? Keenan did a character called Frenchie.
Yes.
That started from going to the club one night, and he was Frenchie one night from 10 to 6 in the morning, and didn't come out of character.
And he used to wear like a red leather suit, Frenchie.
Yeah, it was exactly that, and at the end of the night, the suit was destroyed.
Or have you heard about people who do not like your
Shannon Sharpe hates my impression of him.
Really?
He does not like
football player Shannon Sharpe. That's a great one to do just to start with.
I know, and the first time, Jimmy, I did it, he tweeted on Twitter, he was like, do I Billy Tham like that? And I tweeted back at him. I was like, that you do. So, like, he doesn't like it, but it's flattery, man. I like Shannon Sharpe, man. He's, you have to like them.
Eddie Murphy has stirred controversy by claiming Shannon Sharpe's life is in danger. His shocking comments have sparked public concern, adding fuel to the fire of the scandals now surrounding Sharpe.
Discuss black celebrities. As a celebrity, you never let nobody give up our most intimate secrets. You're supposed to protect our secrets from being exposed to the world. Shannon Sharpe, 3-time NFL Super Bowl winner, NFL Hall of Famer, in my opinion, greatest tight end of all time. Shannon Sharpe, as a celebrity, Art, is supposed to know better.
Shannon Sharpe has defended his interviewing style, insisting that he gives guests the freedom to speak without interruptions. He emphasized that his aim is to foster open conversations, not to act as a confrontational journalist.
Go in on Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey is an A-list celebrity. You can't let Cat Williams go in on Oprah. Oprah is an A-list celebrity. You can't let Monique go in on Oprah and Steve. They're A-list celebrities. Shannon Sharpe broke the one rule that is unforgivable by celebrities in show business. You never expose or reveal our privations and Hollywood secrets to the public. Steve Harvey violated that rule, and as a result of that, a lot of celebrities are being told not to interview with Shannon Sharpe. Not Steve, Shannon Sharpe violated the rule.
The aftermath of Shannon Sharpe's interview with Cat Williams has ignited a storm of controversy, sending shockwaves through the entertainment industry.
You mean to tell me that Eddie Murphy, one of the most iconic comedians in comedy who we all love and respect, if he decided to do stand-up again because of the Nutty Professor and Norbert Rasputin, you've lost respect for Eddie Murphy? He's no longer an icon and a legend in our eyes? You won't go see any of his movies? Jamie Foxx, triple threat, actor, singer, comedian. You loved him when he was Wanda and in Living Color.
Many celebrities argue that by giving Cat Williams a platform to reveal sensitive and explosive details about Hollywood's inner circle, Shannon Sharpe has crossed an unspoken line, violating the code of secrecy that governs the industry.
Don't respect Jamie Foxx. If Jamie come to your city to do stand-up, you're not coming to see him perform. You're not supporting his movies. Let's go down the list. Marlon and Shawn Wayans, Martin Lawrence. The Martin Show, Martin, was a beloved staple in the black community. So was you knocking him when he was doing Shanae? Was you knocking him when he was doing Mama Payne? Did you not support him when he did the 3 Big Mama movies?
Critics contend that Sharpe's failure to challenge Cat Williams' unverified accusations against major figures like Steve Harvey and Kevin Hart was reckless, undermining the standards of professionalism in Hollywood.
Sharpe, the undisputed greatest trash talker in NFL history. While annihilating New England, he pretended to call the National Guard because patriots were being murdered. He's an honorable first responder. As a boy, his classmate couldn't pronounce a word, so his teacher encouraged him to sound it out. After a few failed attempts of sounds like, Shannon raised his hand and said sounds like Johnny can't read. Inspiring. A fan tried to roast Shannon by saying Uncle Shay Shay resembles a horse. To which you replied, your mother said giddy up last night.
Shannon Sharpe, the former NFL star turned media personality, has come under fire for his handling of the controversial Cat Williams interview on his Club Shay Shay podcast. Many in the entertainment industry believe Sharpe's athletic background leaves him ill-equipped to navigate Hollywood's delicate balance of privacy and confidentiality.
The Triple Crown winner's gangster. He was such an instigator, he once drew 5 personal fouls from the Chiefs for 80 yards of penalties in one drive. He wouldn't talk about your mother or wife, but any disability was fair game. After a win against the Steelers, he told reporters he hoped the rivers in Pittsburgh weren't frozen over, so no one would plunge to their death. He's always been a progressive advocate for suicide awareness.
Since moving from athletics to media, Shannon Sharpe has often found himself at the heart of controversy, exposing the difficulties he faces in navigating the complex world of Hollywood.
Shannon Sharpe is reportedly leaving Undisputed sometime after the NBA Finals. According to the New York Post, Sharpe and Fox Sports reached a buyout agreement, with Sharpe's podcast Club Shay Shay also leaving the network. Of course, there was some public friction between the two hosts of the show after Sharpe didn't appear on the program the day after Bayless's much criticized tweet about Damar Hamlin. Fans have already started investigating Shannon's likes to learn more, but we'll surely find out which side caused the breakup.
Shannon Sharpe's heated on-air argument with Skip Bayless, his co-host on Undisputed, drew widespread attention, highlighting Sharpe's passionate and occasionally combative approach to discussions.
No objectivity, it's just straight Brady hate. Wait a minute. This is just straight hate by a guy who's jealous that he is still playing at a high level at 45 when you had to stop at 35.
That's what you do.
That's the point.
That's what you do. Every time I call something into question, I'm jealous.
No,
I did what I did.
I never said you were jealous of Baker Mayfield.
I did what I did. You make it seem like I was a bum. I'm in the effing Hall of Fame.
Okay,
I got 3 Super Bowls.
So what?
So what?
He's way better than you were.
I'm better than you.
Better.
See what you do? You take personal shots.
No, I don't take personal shots. You started it.
Time out. You would take a personal shot at me.
I didn't take a personal shot at you.
Wait a minute.
What are you talking about?
You would take a personal
Put your glasses back on.
That relationship is in a world of trouble. As you reflect back on that moment, what goes through your mind and how much trouble was the relationship between you two in at that particular moment?
There were a lot of that is my fault, because there were times that led up to that I felt that shots were taken and I let it go. And I should have said something then, but I didn't. And I would bring it to people's attention and they brushed it up under the rug. So that was my fault that it got to that point and he felt that he could go over the top in that situation. I think in any relationship where there's host, co-host, it's boyfriend, girlfriend, it's husband, wife, whatever the relationship is, once one partner has no respect for the other partner then in turn loses respect for said partner. Then I think it's only a matter of time. Because I felt in that moment he had lost all respect for me. He had no respect for me. And for him to feel that he was trapped and he was losing a debate to attack me personally, when I've stood up, when guys have come on that show and tried to attack him personally, I was his bodyguard. I took the blows and said, hey, this is undisputed. Skip and Shannon, this is not yours. So I was very hurt and disappointed that he chose to go there with me when I've been one of the guys that's been in his corner. So it really, really hurt me. And what hurt me the most probably was because I know, this is what I know. And this is what I told my bosses, and I don't want to get too specific.
Okay.
I said, had the shoe been on the other foot, what would have been the outcome? Had I attacked him personally, live on television, what would have happened? It took a lot. It took a lot for me not to put my hands on him. It actually did.
I'm so thankful you didn't do that. I'm so thankful. First of all, I almost broke my hand just shaking, just touching your shoulder. You understand what I'm saying? I just touched your shoulder, I almost broke my damn hand. You're built like a chiseled brick house, for crying out, like good Lord have mercy. And I told you I ain't working out with you. That'll never happen, Shannon. I mean, that's like the Rock Johnson working out with Snoop Dogg. And Snoop's my boy. I'm not doing it, Shannon. It's never going to happen. I'm not doing that. You understand what I'm saying? So thank God.
Shannon Sharpe has found himself at the center of swirling rumors about his sexual orientation, particularly due to his close relationship with his stylist, Hollywood. The speculation intensified after Sharpe posted photos of the two together on social media, fueling insinuations about the nature of their bond.
Sharpe is talking about is this guy right here. This is him, Hollywood, aka Dick Print. As I said in the previous video, this man is Shannon Sharpe's stylist. This is also Shannon Sharpe's lover. I'm telling you what I know. This guy, let me get away from that area. Hollywood, aka Dick Print. This is Shannon Sharpe's lover. Shannon Sharpe.
Sharpe has tackled the rumors head-on, firmly dismissing them as unfounded and reiterating that his focus remains solely on his professional career.
Like, what's wrong? Even if you were or weren't, what's wrong with people labeling you? Like, is it that bad? Why does it hurt you?
I think that's why I wanted to kind of open it up, because it seems like.
And that makes her an idiot as well, right? Because I watch a lot of Shannon Sharpe, and I watch Tasha K and stuff, but for the most part, he doesn't go on and on and on about people saying that. He might say something to a particular person that keeps on saying it, but in general, no, he doesn't take time out of his day to address everyone who has said that, right? And here's another thing. You got to watch out for these people that are idiots and they're dishonest, right? To say, why does it hurt you? First of all, don't sit here and say there's nothing wrong with being, but then you say that a person is, and you know damn well you used it as an.
Sharpe has vehemently denied the allegations, stressing that his stylist is nothing more than a close friend and trusted professional colleague.
And I want to say this much. Even when we're talking about like the church stuff, for me, it's the accusations of grooming, not these people's. It's the accusations that people need to speak truth to power. It's not their. If Shannon Sharpe, who seems to be a pretty upstanding person in his community, is that way, that's between him and whoever he chooses to do it with.
I just want to make this clear, especially when we talk about the church allegations. For me, it's not about the accusations from the music industry. It's about the accusations of grooming. These are the issues that need to be addressed by those in power. As for Shannon Sharpe, who appears to be a respectable figure in his community, his personal choices and who he associates with are his business, not anyone else's.
I don't really like to run these type of stories, but something needs to get said. What Shannon Sharpe chooses to do with his personal business is Shannon Sharpe's business, but I'll say after I saw Fox Soul, and then last night I watched AT2, I just did a search about Shannon, and so many things came up. So many people have built their channel off trying to tear this man down.
Shannon Sharpe, who has weathered numerous forms of scrutiny throughout his career, frequently opens up about his journey, emphasizing the relentless hard work that fueled his rise to success.
That down. There are delayed successes. There are lessons learned. You see, the thing is, Ocho, is that I'm a firm believer. You never judge a man by where he's standing, because you don't know how far he's come. See, you look at the man that's laying on the street, but how about what if he was under the bridge just yesterday? See, you judge a man by where he's standing, not knowing where he came from. You see, a lot of people say, well, Shannon, it's easy for you to say that because you this, but you didn't see from 1968 to 1988. See, that's what you didn't see. And you didn't see Shannon go to bed hungry. And you didn't see Shannon not take a bath. And you didn't see his granny crying, asking, what am I going to pay for today? Do I keep the lights on so you can do your homework? Or do I keep the phone connected so we can call somebody if there's an emergency? What am I going to do this month? So while you judging me for what I am now, do you know where I came from? Then did you know how long it took me to get here? See, all you see is my successes, but you didn't see the delayed opportunities that was meant.
He underscores that his success is the fruit of unyielding dedication, relentless perseverance, and a steadfast commitment to excellence.
My thing is, I've already done what I've done. I'm good. Yeah, he's better than me. Yeah, Gronk's better than me. I'm good with that. I got the most out of my God-given ability. I would have loved to have played in his era to really compete against him.
What would you do in today's NFL, you think?
As far as numbers?
Yeah.
I'm definitely getting his numbers. I'm definitely getting his numbers. Sure. I need John, though. I need my quarterback.
Oh, yeah, you put him in this offense, I can see.
Do you think the players on defense have changed?
If you're a linebacker, what linebacker says, he got drafted in the first round because...
Shannon Sharpe has used these moments to reflect on his journey and the obstacles he's overcome. He constantly emphasizes that his focus remains on his career and the lasting impact he's making in both sports and media.
You know what my brother tells me all the time, Ocho, and this is one of the things that he shared with me. He says there's no telling how good you can be as long as you don't mind who gets the credit. Woo. He tells me that. That's one of the things that he tells me all the time. He says, you don't know how good you can be if you don't care who gets the credit. Yeah.
Despite the criticism and rumors swirling around him, Shannon Sharpe boasts a strong and loyal following who admire his journey and the success he's achieved.
Guys are thumpers. Most linebackers want to come downhill.
Yeah. Right.
So now you're asking them to cover in space.
Right.
That's not what they do. So for me, with a linebacker, I was like, bro, you got no chance really unless you got help over the top. And you know when they got help over the top, you ain't getting nothing today. But I used to come out there on the field and say, I'm going to give it to you the first half. And just so you don't feel left out, I'm going to give it to you the second half. So everybody going to get it today.
Shannon Sharpe has openly expressed his surprise at the overwhelming popularity of his interview with Cat Williams. He never anticipated it would spark such widespread attention, but he's undeniably pleased with the recognition it's earned.
What did I say?
Yeah.
Did I say something? Did he like, this is going to be the talk of 24?
No way.
I'm like, you think so? He's like, Shannon. And he's looking at me just like I'm looking at you, Cam. He's like, Shannon, this is going to be viral for the whole year. I said, come on, man. I said, so I'm thinking at that point in time, Steve Harvey is my is my most viewed podcast. He's at 8 million. I said, you think we're going to beat Steve? He's like, yeah. I'm hoping for 10 million.
Hollywood may present a glamorous facade, but beneath it lies a tangled web of complexity and a darker reality that few truly see.
Your talent rollout has never really told, because it happened to me all the time, or it happened to me multiple times when somebody said, hey bro, I appreciate if we don't talk about blah, blah, blah.
Yes.
And it comes by way of a male or even a female.
Yes.
We're not talking about this from a journalist, from a publicist.
Yeah.
Or a supporting cast.
Right.
It happens all the time.
Yes.
And if you haven't had that, I got news for your sister. I got news for your brother. You ain't popping the way you think you are.
Right.
Because when you got a rollout of Cat Williams, Cam Newton, Marshawn Lynch, like everybody, Monique. When you go down the list of Steve Harvey, like these are big. Deal.
Shannon Sharpe is now confronting the darker side of the industry head-on. His candid interview with Cat Williams on the podcast has thrust him into a storm of controversy, sparking intense backlash.
Then the real Hollywood came. And I'll tell you what, I'll let you in on a little something. I'm not going to drop names.
Okay.
But I'll never forget, these are black producers, a guy named Kevin Brown and Andre Brown. And he was later on 30 Rock, but they would come to us and they would tell us about vanity and losing your mind in Hollywood and be careful. And they came back from Hollywood to try and expand us. And they said, like, what did you see? And they said, we saw so-and-so, huge name, so-and-so, huge name, and so-and-so, big name back in the day, chicken hawking at a party. And I went, what? See, you're white. I said, what's chicken hawking? Everyone he's white. He don't know chicken hawking. I said, what's chicken hawking? That's when you hanging out with boys that are transvestites. I went, what?
The backlash Sharpe faces underscores the high stakes of defying industry norms and shedding light on its darker hidden truths.
Like, when you get to the top, there's nothing there. There's nothing there. There's just more of that. If you want it, I had ground and scraped and fought to make movies and to make the things that I wanted to make and to sell books and sell scripts. And I was doing all those things. And then I get there and I'm like a broken shell of myself with this relationship that threatened to sort of like truly like wreck my life, and I had done nothing to deserve that. And I'm like, what is life like? I'm so backward. I'm a product, I should say, of these systems that we all survive in, which is this sort of capitalist driven corporatocracy kind of driven way of merchandising and commercializing every thought and fear and moment that we have in our lives, and never giving us a chance to slow down. And when I was able to, I was on my way out, and I saw my kids and I saw them grown up.
Hollywood's tightly controlled image management leaves little space for such open confrontations, and Sharpe's unfiltered style has certainly stirred the waters, disrupting the industry's polished facade.
In that town, in that area, where the people that think outside of the norm say it in like whispered, hushed tones. There's a certain ideology that's attached to that city, and it's not logical. It's a kooky, wacky, completely insulated left-wing view of the world, and they enforce it with an iron fist. And if you're not on that team, you don't get booked for dead in prison for things you've already done. Right now, you're walking around, toast of the town, getting in limos, climbing out, people are waving to you and cheering, you're getting interviewed on the carpet. Everyone shouts you out. Have you seen all the people that praised him? The things he's already done. He'd already done them at that point.
And they knew while they were praising him.
I wonder if what they knew.
They knew.
Yeah.
They knew.
Even though he had done scumbag shit to them. It's just he had it set up where this was how you got by. This is how you made movies. This is how you want to be famous. This is how you get...
Hollywood, a fiercely competitive and ever-watchful industry, demands that public figures tread carefully with their words and actions. The fame and visibility that come with celebrity status place every statement and behavior under relentless scrutiny from both the media and the public.
They're notorious for taking things that are very successful and fucking them up because they have their input on it. I mean, that's what they did with the Chappelle show. When Dave Chappelle was on top of the world, the executives at Comedy Central fucked that whole thing up.
Really?
Yeah, they were telling him do this and do that, and you can do this, and stop saying this, and stop doing that. And he was like, fuck this. And he went to Africa and quit the show. I remember it. He was famous and didn't do stand-up for years for money. Like literally would show up in Seattle. He would bring a microphone and like a little portable speaker and just do stand-up in the park.